Alright, boys. I am here to talk about some sad news. Which isn't actually news because we already fucking knew this like ages ago. But unfortunately, Melty Blood type Lumina is over. It's done. But we already knew that. We saw the credits roll. The last DLC, Ushiwakamaru and the Count of Monte Cristo. It has already been over a year since then, and we always thought like, oh man, Evo Japan, that's when they'll announce, they'll make an announcement, because as we all know, because we've all definitely played the story mode. It's not just me, we all have done it, right? I know we have, because we all saw the end credits roll. That really made it feel like Type Lumina was over, right? So it's almost like we already knew it was over, but some people just didn't quite get the memo because they still think there's going to be DLC rolling and not a new game title change or anything like that, because no one saw that happening, did they? Anyway, at the end of Boss Rush 4, we see Len, and she absolutely demolishes Neko arc. So a lot of us are like, bruh, Len. When's Len coming, bro? And like, we all were like, okay, surely like Evo Japan came and they said no announcements. And we're like, what the fuck? Okay, what's next? Then they were like, oh boys, we got this fucking live stream, come check it out. And we're like, yo, let's go. And then we got a balance patch that just buffed everyone and didn't really change the game that much. And no information about a new version or Len or anything. Lasangle, what the fuck are you doing? Who thought that was a great idea? I don't know, dude. I think it's great to do that sort of thing for balance patches and stuff. Really explore and explain what happened and the changes. But like, dude, come on, bro. Timing. Speaking of timing, we got last two DLC characters. Everyone's kind of feeling a bit everyone already feeling a bit you know, man, I kind of want some Tsukima characters. And then they did that. It's not like a certain somebody said something that was like, oh, there's no way that would be that tone deaf. No no one said that. I don't think this is what it's gonna look like. I think they're not that tone deaf. It was all according to how I thought DLC would go. But yeah, so what is happening? Well, the big thing is like Red Garden. We can't really schmooze along until Red Garden comes out because, you know, spoilers and shit like that. So a lot of our cool favorite characters, like, I don't know, Satsuki, Shion, Vermilion Akiha, all that shit is like, until that game comes out, we're kind of fucked. So what is like French Bread doing? Well, the developers of Melty Blood French Bread are working on the latest update to their IP, Under Night in Birth 2, which is releasing next month. Very PogChamp, very epic. A lot of really cool updates for that game. But I don't care. I don't care. Under Night's cool and all, but it's not Melty Blood, and I think Melty Blood's the fucking GOAT, and I fight for that game. And I'm waiting for the next update for Melty Blood, and we just gotta wait through it for let Uni have its time in the shine. So what's happening with Uni? So they're dropping that next month, and they've already announced DLC. So there's gonna be 3 characters, and here's the thing with these 3 characters: they're being released 6 months apart from each other. So we got 1 after 6 months, 2 6 months after that, 3 6 months after that. So what's that? Like a year and a half, bro? So these 3 characters are going to take a year and a half, dog. Why the fuck would that happen? Well, clearly, we already know this because there's a fucking lens sprite in the game. Obviously, they're working on both games at once. And like, just like how Under Night's ready to drop next month, oh, they were working on Under Night when they were making Melty Blood Type Lumina as well. So clearly they have like a system going where they can work on everything at the same time. I don't think that they would be working on anything further than that, because quite frankly, I think the future for Melty Blood is very, very bright and will be very, very long. Obviously now Type Lumina is over, but just because Type Lumina is over doesn't mean Melty Blood's over. There is a future for Melty Blood. There will always be a future for Melty Blood. They've made a new version of the game, Type Lumina, and if you know anything about Melty Blood, they make one version of the game and they'll just keep building and building and building upon it. That's what they did with the original Melty Blood. It was this shitty doujin game that you couldn't even call a fighting game. It was a visual novel pretending to be a fighting game. But there was enough source in that game. They cleaned it up in React, ported it to arcades with Act Cadenza. The rest is history. They kept fine-tuning it, and then that's when we got to AACC 1.07, which is like everyone plays for the old version. Now we got Type Lumina, brand new era of Melty Blood. It was start off super strong because all the mechanics were fucking busted. Shield was way too strong, still is, but over the course of time, it will keep fine-tuning and become an even better game with even cooler characters. They won't have to pull from FGO, whatever the fuck they're doing now. But we will get all our fan favorites eventually. Oh, maybe not all of them. Maybe not all of them. But we will get a lot of the fan favorites we're waiting for eventually. But we just gotta wait for now. That's the problem though. When the fuck is this shit happening? Because obviously this year, nothing happened. Fucking nothing happened. I looked over here, nothing. Looked over there, nothing. Nothing happened. It was fucking Evo Japan. There was a fucking announcement stream thing. Evo. Bam, bam, bam. No show. Mouth shut. You check the fucking, you check the official Twitter account for Melty Blood. It's me advertising Tatakai Tuesday or my other events or sales. Or like Aki doing an event. Like, if it wasn't for me or Aki, this account ain't doing nothing. Everyone's waiting for Len. We're all waiting for the Len something. I'm doing my best. And I'm going to keep fighting for Melty Blood. Because I believe in this game. I believe in its future. And I know it's going to be fucking sick. But I've always treated Type Lumina as like a beta. Even now, the game is still like a beta version of the game to me. It's like, it's still not fine-tuned in terms of like community and stuff. It's a fucking mess. Lasangle, the publisher, is fucking incompetent as fuck. They're not running events. They're not keeping the community alive. People like me are. And there's a lot of fucking cool dudes that do cool shit. Not just me. A lot of other fucking cool dudes do other cool shit all around the world, keeping the game alive. But the fact of the matter is, the next like probably like 8 months is going to be really fucking hard. But I'm going to grit my teeth, get through it, because I know on the other side it's going to pay off. Because it's not like it's over, Melty Blood's over. We know something's coming. We know Len's coming. We know there's going to be an update. They even joked about in the fucking ending that they're going to, that Type Lumina's over. Like, the title is done. You finish the fucking game, the credits roll, gives a feeling that like goes through all the fucking like CGs, all the art and shit. It was over. We already knew that. We already knew that whatever was coming next was going to be like how it's always been. Like, Melty Blood, new subtitle. We knew that was going to happen. The problem is when. We don't know when. And with Under Night coming out now, so that explains why nothing happened this year. Under Night drops January. Okay. Does that mean in the next half of next year, do we get the new Melty Blood? Or do we have to wait for all the DLC to go through, which is a year and a half from January, which is like Evo-ish around that time in 2025? Is that when we're going to get it? So it's like, is Red Garden going to come out before we get a new Melty Blood? Like, it's like, there's a lot of questions on timing, but ultimately we have no answers, and it's just, it is what it is. But yes, Type Lumina is over. And because of that, we're going to start seeing stuff like this. So like, a lot of us, we already knew this was going to happen, but we were still copium. So Evo Japan, look up the lineup. No Melty Blood, obviously Under Knight's there. Because unfortunately our games, it's like, it's one or the other. We're not going to have both because we're too small. But it is what it is. I just feel bad because it's like 2 years time, same thing gonna happen to uni, isn't it? You know, it's like we don't win. There's no winning for us. But that's what we're gonna start seeing, and it's gonna really slow down the momentum that we had because we were selling gangbusters, lots of fucking people pulling up, big fucking events. Now we're really slowing down because motivation and morale is at an all-time low, but just gotta keep finding through because that update, that new game, that new title, whatever the fuck, it's going to come eventually, and we're gonna fucking shoot back up there. So let's lay the groundwork so we can make something truly special when we get that big fucking injection of hype. But let me know what you think. Let me know what you think is gonna happen. Let me know when you think shit's gonna happen. I want to know. I have my own opinions. I think I said them all. I'm shit at this stuff. You know what it'd be. But if not, come pop into stream. Kind of chat to me there. I'm down. I'm always down to talk Melty. It's my fucking life, bro. But as always, appreciate you all. W, and I'll see you when I see you. Bye.